Hello everybody, Warrior Fire here, and welcome back to more Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. Last time, we cleared up a bit more of our field study, and left things off pretty much the same position we started, on the hunt for a monster. Yeah, things are pretty much how you expect. This time, we finish our monster hunt and see what comes next. Alright. It's all the way up there. Now that's separate from everything else. That chest is elevated without a ladder. Maybe it's a floating platform? I'll find out. Two other chests can't grab right now. So,
this place seems like it goes on forever.
My father sure gave us a real humdinger of a job to deal with.
Well, I'm sure we must be getting close now.
yeah, definitely getting close. I thought I got it.
Here we go.
Alright. Lame tongue. Yeah, that's gonna be the best bet.
My turn.
Chrono Drive.
Arcus activate. Huh.
Nice.
My turn.
Right, Elliot. Get that one with the beetle shoot.
Of course.
And finish that one off, Laura.
I'll handle it.
Nothing to worry about.
Here we go.
Grand press.
Yeah.
My turn.
Then a firebolt on you. Beetle shoot on
Go. There.
you. Ought to be better.
I'll
Alright.
handle it.
Just you left.
Hostiles neutralized. Guess we're safe.
Oh, that was easy. That's where it came from. Right, now what else do we have here? A weapon upgrade, possible. Right. You let's get closer. There we go.
Advantage is ours. Let's finish it. I'll handle it.
Right.
Arcus, activate.
Start off with the
My
chrono
turn.
drive as per usual. That battlefield
Of course.
gets set up.
Right.
Target you.
Yeah.
Hut. Ha.
Huh.
Wait.
Okay.
Not quite able to get
My turn.
kills there.
Hi.
Okay.
Didn't finish that one off. Oh,
My
we had
turn.
it covered.
My turn. Ta. Right.
Go!
And finish off the battle.
That's that. Let's
Overall.
keep moving.
And he's close to level up. And nothing in the pot. Yeah.
That one looks annoying. Watch out.
Oh, now we
This
get
one's
this
dangerous.
advantage.
Stay on your toes.
Go!
Ooh, and Marine's got a crit. Yeah, the arc slash.
Go!
Nice.
I'll take you up.
Okay.
Alright, P now. Give us a chrono
Go.
drive.
Right. Arcus,
Nice.
activate. Of course.
Right, what? Not as good of a setup. Go for that one.
Ha.
Nice. One down.
My turn.
Good.
Now.
Good.
opening.
My turn.
Team up and take it down.
My turn. Hi.
Okay. Okay.
Actually able to
My
get an
turn.
attack off. And Reen's
My turn.
burned. Wonderful.
Right. Hey.
I'll handle it.
Oh, it shouldn't affect things too much.
My turn.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Right. Right. Ta.
Magic pixel.
Okay.
Yep, pretty much. But it's down.
Target's eliminated. Let's get going.
And level up for Reen.
I did it.
Doesn't have it. Reen, heal everyone up. Right, this is the better direction to start. Yeah, smoke grenade. That'll be helpful.
Hostile spotted. Beginning combat.
Go.
Those things are resistant. Water.
My turn. Yeah.
Free Grand Press. Definitely gonna be helpful.
Right. Is everybody
And
okay?
easy. Right. Going up.
I spied treasure.
Leg breaker. Right, let's take a look at that. 15% chance for movement minus 50. Be neat. Wind belt. Be very helpful on Gaius. Yeah, very helpful on Gaius. Okay. Right, left is probably... That's definitely an overall way forward.
The advantage is ours.
There we go.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's
so
unlock
activate.
those two.
Okay.
Run a drive
Arcus
on
activate.
Elliot.
Right.
Yeah, fire
Arcus
bolt on
activate.
you.
My turn.
Needle shoot on
Arcus
you.
activate.
Huh. Okay.
Great B. Just enough space that Sharkdile
Arcus activate.
doesn't
Yeah.
get hit.
Of course.
Well, Laura gets to go ahead and kill it.
We should keep going.
And Laura got just shy of a level up. I'll be back here. Some monster chest.
Now's our chance. Let's get him.
Double advantage.
Arcus
Chrono
activate.
drive.
Go. Arcus,
Flame tank on
activate.
those
My turn.
three. Right. There
Right.
it is. Back double aerial.
Yeah.
Ha!
My turn.
Ew, got knocked out of range.
My turn.
My turn.
Right. Three. Spark arrow. And three needle shoot to hopefully finish it off. Nice.
Oh, we did it.
And there's that level up for Laura.
Not bad.
Now, before I get back here. Alright, all set.
My turn.
Nope, didn't work out.
Let's get this over with.
Here we go.
Nope, that's not going to work. Normal attack on you.
Right.
Nope. Eh,
Hi.
just
Okay.
pile it on. Now, Sylvie Dance will actually hit every enemy. No matter what order. Which one? Focus on. Let's
Here we
go
go.
for it.
Silky dance. That's that. Target's eliminated. Let's get going.
And level ups for V and Machias.
Success.
An A+ outcome.
Right,
Of course.
Okay.
get back
Here we go.
over to Terrain. Right, nothing out of pots. And a Tyrol ball. Very nice to see. Right, now it's time for the switch. Right. For the next one. That should give it enough or all of it remaining weapons. Yeah, now actually have a path to that monster chest. Or head down. Okay, nothing of a note down here except these monsters.
Enemy sighted. Take him out.
My turn. Hi.
My turn.
Alright, the Grand Press.
Here we go.
Here we go. Now's our chance.
I'll take you up. You okay?
Thanks.
Got a little ahead of yourself there, Elliot. Oh, go and get a free crit on that one.
Right. Hey!
Go!
Good
Okay.
able to hit.
Now.
An opening! When we fight together,
No one stands a chance.
So nice having those two on the same page again. Sorry about that. Allergies. Gotcha.
Now's our chance. We can do this.
Okay.
If only that was a 0 arts instead of a 7th up. Yeah, well.
Arcus, activate.
Go! Arcus, activate.
Maybe that one
Right.
will work. Are we to win?
my turn.
Yeah.
I'll survive the D.
All right, let's keep going.
Nice. Hey, level up for Elliot.
All right.
Wait, before we go hit that chest, got a nice heal point right here. Yeah. Upgraded his weapon. Right. Nothing else to do there, so let's go ahead and heal up. and go run into a battle.
Okay. There you go.
My turn. Arcus activate.
Of course.
Alright. Same as strategy as 4.
Yeah.
Go! There!
That'll help with Double Unit Flora.
Now's our chance!
I'll take you up.
You're done!
Ha!
Or just Elliot.
Is everybody okay?
Alright. Go heal up again. Get all EP from that surprise battle back. Now, let's yeah, take care of that chest.
Oh, what a nice looking treasure chest.
Not really.
We have nothing to fear.
I'll handle it.
See, is there a target that'll allow us to hit all of them? No.
There you go.
That's that here.
Silky dance. That's that.
My turn!
Right, that'll work.
There!
Phew.
My turn.
Miss.
Ha! Now.
Right. Rush.
My turn.
Yeah, let's try and take you out. So close.
Right.
Yeah, that should be a double kill.
Okay.
Ooh, so close.
Now.
An opening.
Too slow.
Of course.
Nice one, V.
Ha! We
And
should keep
done.
going.
New Master Quartz. Tauros. Right, let's take a quick look. Grants the arts La Crust, La Forte, and or Lance. Regular attacks damage multiplier of 1.5 times. Delay after attack multiplied by 2. Yeah, that's not very ideal. Right. Time to go heal up. And right here seems like a good point to save. Alright.
That looks like a tough one. Be careful.
I'm betting that's the monster we need to take care of. It looks like a gigantic crocodile. Seems pretty vicious too. And this area doesn't have very good footing either. We'll need to make sure we're fully prepared before we engage it. This is our opportunity to put our combat link to the test fee. Right. It's time.
This one's dangerous. Stay on your toes. My turn.
Right.
Here we go.
Get it. Chrono drive in.
My turn.
Weak to earth and fire. Reduced rates than regular crocodiles. Yeah, I think this is worth it.
There's a performance just for you. Seventh Rhapsody. You've been a wonderful audience.
My turn.
Very nice. And a flame tongue in here.
I'll handle it.
And he can go finish off the other regular one.
I'll handle it. Got it.
Nice.
An opening.
My turn. Go!
I'll pick you up.
My turn. Ha! Now. Speed.
Roger.
Hi.
My turn. Now.
An opening.
Get it off it. Touch it immediately.
Let's go.
My turn.
Of course. Ha! Off guard.
Broken. I'll handle it.
My turn.
You'd see if he could
Right.
her SP up CP up very quickly.
Too slow.
That's
course.
also going to help a lot.
Go! Go! Elliot!
Got it.
Ah, yes, I will take the free grand press.
Right.
Right.
And free firebolt.
Here we go.
Ew.
Okay. My turn.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Green's down.
My turn. Hey!
I'll handle it.
Nope.
Got it.
Crit
An
here.
opening.
No. Okay. I've got something here. Right.
Whoa, that's good.
Green back up.
My turn. Got it.
An opening. My turn. Hey! Now.
Broken. My turn.
Right. Set the link. Let's see. I'll get green.
Whoa, that's good. My turn. Ha!
Give him another one.
Whoa, that's good.
My turn. Now. Laura, let's go.
Of course. Behold, my most powerful strike.
I don't think I can get that right. Yeah, well.
Radiant blade dance.
And he gets to take it out.
Silky dance. That's that. Hostiles neutralized. Guess we're safe.
And level ups for everybody.
Great.
All right.
Not bad.
Success.
I did it!
Phew. He did it. Just Fee. Laura and Fee high-fived each other. It's hard to believe that not even 24 hours ago, you two still weren't getting along. The two of you really do make an amazing team, though. With the two of you coordinating our attacks, I don't think anything stands a chance against us. No. That monster clearly had the advantage as far as brute strength is concerned. If we didn't have superior numbers, I doubt we would have emerged victorious. Yep, we've still got room for improvement. Thought of you two getting any stronger is kinda terrifying. What's wrong? Nothing much. It's just, seeing those two got me thinking that I'm going to need to strengthen my own resolve too. What do you mean by that? Don't worry about it for now. Anyway, we ought to get back and give our report. Very well then. Yep, let's get out of here. Definitely. Oh wait, level ups everyone's back full, except for if he's a EP, but yeah, well, not too much to worry about. Right,
A challenging foe. We should engage it with care.
or we could get on by. Get out here without another battle. And made it. Alright. Still have quite a bit to get out of here. Is something the matter? Oh, I didn't notice this before, but does anyone else feel a slight breeze in this area? Wait. This way. You think this is like the passage we found yesterday? So there's a secret passage here too. If so, I imagine it probably opens like the last one did. Maybe this leads to somewhere else in the capital then. No way to know for sure until we open it. Well, all you do is press the button. I suspected as much. I wonder where this leads. It's hard to be sure. We lose our sense of distance and location traveling underground like this. But if I had to guess, I'd say we're heading in the direction of... maybe there's an exit close by. Alright, let's try and make our way outside. Right. 3 new chests in this area. Right. Start down here. Good.
Advantage is ours. Let's finish it. My turn.
There
There we go.
we go.
Go!
Right, green. Not that one. Back some.
I'll take you up. My turn.
I guess all you can go get a kill.
Arcus activate.
Of course.
Arcus
Fire hold
activate.
on the Sharkadile.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll
Gets the
handle
kill
it.
on the slime, and Fiend gets the final kill.
Hostiles neutralized. Guess we're safe.
Right. Very simple. Yeah. Or 7th.
A dangerous foe. Stay on guard.
This looks tough. Careful.
Advantage.
Okay. Here we go.
Drive.
Here we go. Arcus, activate.
And tongue it
Right.
there.
Arcus, activate.
Yeah.
Get into a couple aerials.
Right.
Leaving a free one.
Hut.
Huh.
Ha!
Okay.
And you must have got knocked out of it. Way. And just a normal attack on you.
Of
He's in a
course.
bit of trouble.
Huh.
Okay.
Here we go.
Finish it.
Okay.
You off, hopefully.
My turn.
Alright.
Of course. Hey.
Now for
Here we
you.
go.
It's not over yet.
Go ahead and use that on yourself, V. Yeah.
My turn.
My turn.
Right. Huh.
Here we go.
Green,
Go.
set it up.
I'll bed you up.
My turn.
Right.
And Elliot gets the kill.
Oh, we did it.
That one definitely could have gone better. Celestial Bomb. Alright. One more chest before you're free.
Advantage is ours. Let's finish it. Okay. Here we go.
Press.
Here we go.
Our hero.
Right.
And a couple
Arcus,
of areas.
activate.
Of course. Arcus, activate.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right, let's keep going.
And Aura is able to save her CP. PP, I mean. A little tricky keeping everything straight.
Advantage is ours. Let's finish him. My turn.
Ooh. There's only 7 of them.
Here we go. Silky dance. That's that.
Nice.
Target's eliminated. Let's get going.
Good job, V. And a
Advantage is ours.
triple
Let's finish.
advantage.
My turn. Arcus activate.
My turn.
Passion on V.
Right. Arcus activate.
My turn.
Only more V. Use that. And a crescent here as well.
My turn.
Right, V.
Go.
Of course. Hi.
My turn.
And
My turn.
Great Elliot. And get this then.
Okay.
My turn.
Of course.
Yeah, V
Arcus
gets
activate.
heal.
Thanks. My turn. Got it.
An opening. When we fight together,
No one stands a chance.
Alright. All I've got left is chest up here. Then the exit.
I spied treasure.
Laforte. Right.
Oh, there's the exit.
we're finally there.
But first, quick heal. And let's get out of here. Hey, isn't this... You seem to have emerged in the Ost District. Marcus's home is here, if I'm not mistaken. Wow, I had no idea that underground passage went all the way from the port to here. That network of tunnels beneath the city really does seem to cover a vast area. It's like something out of a spy novel. I'll say. Maybe it's a sign. Was that? That must be the chime to mark the noon hour. Yeah, that's Heimdall Cathedral's bell. The cathedral itself is pretty far away, over in the Sankt district, but you can hear it pretty clearly even here. Well, I think it's about time we found something to eat. How about we order to go from one of the local shops? And, you really don't have much, but I'd be happy to at least treat you to coffee at our house. What? You mean? Ah, yes. You're inviting us into your home? They decided to grab some fish and chips to go from a nearby pub. With their meal in hand, they headed to Machias's house to enjoy lunch with a good cup of coffee. Ah, so this is the capital's famous fish and chips. I was expecting it to be delicious, and even still, I'm impressed. Yeah, that pub's supposed to be pretty well known for their fish and chips. I'll admit it tastes good, but at the end of the day, it's still greasy comfort food. Better eat it while it's hot. It tastes disgusting if you let it cool off. Probably still better than wartime rations, though. What food isn't? This coffee seems pretty high class, though. It's got a nice, rich fragrance. Do you buy your own beans and grind them at home? Yeah. It looks like my father went out and stocked up not too long ago. Now and then, he gets the chance to take some time away from his duties and come relax back here. He sees his coffee as a small island of luxury in his hectic daily life, I think. That does sound like something I could see Governor Regnitz saying. He seems like quite a respectable man to me. You'd hardly imagine a home like this belonging to an important official like the Imperial Governor. It's tiny. No fee, it wouldn't hurt to be a little less blunt. No worries. As I said, my father and I are commoners through and through. He might be a top official, but neither of us really saw that as a reason to change our whole lifestyle. Besides, it's not as though we don't have some attachment to this house. Ah, right. It It does seem like a comfy place to live in, though. Really cozy and relaxing.
Ooh, there's a photo.
Oh, that.
Aww, look at cute little Machias there.
He looks like he had such a sweet disposition.
Yeah, before he grew up to be a stubborn old nag.
Stop nitpicking people's old family photos! Honestly.
The governor looks the same as ever, though. Is that woman next to him your older sister or something?
Close enough. She was a cousin on my father's side of the family. Since she lived quite close, she often came to visit. Our family was just my father and I, so having her around was a big help.
The way you speak about her seems to imply you no longer see her. Did she get married and move away?
She died. Around 6 years ago.
Oh,
I see. And that has something to do with why you hate the nobility, right?
So...
I never really planned on telling anyone about this. But considering all we've been through, I suppose it's time I told you a little more about me. It's a long story, but would you hear me out?
Of course.
absolutely.
Glad to.
Thanks. Sis was 9 years my senior. Beautiful, kind. To me, she was in every sense the ideal woman. Now, as I said earlier, we're a family of commoners through and through. But my father proved to be a very capable government official. And eventually, he was promoted to an important government position, where he started to make a name for himself. Honesty and integrity are a core part of his work ethic. So, of course, he made his fair share of enemies. But after seeing success in a number of major projects, he gained a reputation both inside and outside the government. My mother died when I was still young, but Sis happened to live around here and ended up helping us in more ways than I can count. Since she was his niece, my father always made a fuss over her. And even though she didn't live in the same house, she was like a real sister to me, and a real daughter to my father. I was always so proud of her. As a child, she was practically my idol. And as you'd expect, she had countless admirers among the men of the city. But for all her popularity, she was always level-headed and sensible. So I never felt I had anything to worry about. Until he appeared. He was one of my father's subordinates at City Hall. Though unlike him, he was a noble by birth. A man of high rank, too. The heir of a count. However, he had none of the arrogance or haughtiness one usually associates with the nobility. When I met him myself, he came across as an honest and loyal man. He met Sis when Dad introduced him to her one day. And eventually, the two of them fell in love and began a relationship, despite the difference in their social status. As a child, I was frustrated beyond words. But even I had to admit that the two of them made a good couple. And Sis seemed so happy when she was with him that I had no choice but to let it go and accept their relationship. Time went on and they became engaged, with Dad acting as the go-between. And that's when everything started to fall apart. His family couldn't have been more blatant in their attempts to undermine the relationship. Apparently, one of the four great houses, House Cayenne, proposed an arranged marriage on short notice. And the Count's family were up in arms at the thought he might choose to take a mere commoner as his wife. Since my father held an important post, they were limited in how shamelessly they could try to sabotage the marriage. But they began to harass and threaten her in secret every way they could think of. They made her life a living hell. Maybe she didn't want to cause trouble for the man she loved, or perhaps she did it out of consideration for my father. But all that time, she chose to endure it alone. She never discussed it or asked for help. And finally, it became so crushing that she took her own life. It was only afterward that my father and I learned what had really happened. It seems that at the very last, he had chosen to betray her love for him. But I told her, he said. I told her I'd treasure her as my mistress instead if she'd just accept that we couldn't be married. I just don't understand it. Why would she take her own life? After that, my father seemed to redouble his efforts. It was like watching a machine kick into high gear. With the help of his ally, Chancellor Osborne, he was able to wrest control of City Hall from the noble faction. Then, 4 years ago, he was appointed to his current position as governor of Heimdall. And that's how the Regnitz family came to be where it is.
I don't even know what to say.
So that's why you started hating nobles?
Yeah. I was so furious at Sis's death. My hatred needed to be directed at someone. Anyone. First I blamed her fiancé, then his family, then the family of the Duke who tried to intervene. In the end, I just hated the nobility as a whole. The people, their culture, the entire idea of social classes. I desperately wanted the strength to win against them, to show how right I was, how wrong they were. But deep down, I knew the truth about my hate. I knew I was taking out my anger on people who didn't deserve it. People who had done nothing wrong.
You did?
They may be from different social classes, but people are still individuals. Sis's fiancé was faithful to her. He just wasn't strong enough to shield her from all that ugliness, despite his love. And the Count and his family were only acting in their best interests, which is to be expected, really. Ultimately, I've had to acknowledge that not all commoners are good people, and not all nobles are unworthy of respect. Eustace might not have done much to change my opinion, but getting to know you two showed me that there are nobles who live up to that name.
Machias.
I have no idea how my father feels about all of this, but this is how I've come to feel.
I see. You have my thanks.
I'm glad you felt you could talk to us about it.
Still, I don't think it hurt to be a bit more honest with yourself. If you're willing to admit all of that, maybe you can find it in you to be friends with Eustace too.
Are you kidding me? I might accept that not all nobles are bad, but that arrogant, self-centered fool can go choke on a palm. Oh, he's mocking me for spending so much time studying, or telling me I need to get out more.
I don't think he goes quite that far. Besides, I don't think he does it on purpose. He doesn't mean any harm.
That's the most irritating part! He does it without thinking!
Well, that was a good coffee break, wouldn't you say?
Well, learned quite a bit about Machias, and he can now use the S-crafted ultimate shot. Well, lunchtime is over. It must be almost time for the summer festival decorations to start going up. Huh? I would have thought preparations for that would have started way before now. Is the summer festival not that big a deal in the capital? It depends on who you ask, I guess. I've always just thought of it as one of those small yearly traditions. In my hometown, the summer festival is a major event with extensive preparations. Perhaps those places where the ancient animistic traditions survive put more effort into celebrating the festival. Animism does seem to have mostly vanished here. Not as much as in Ruhr or Crossbelt, though. Well, I suppose it's hard to think of it as a seasonal festival when at the capital. When it's celebrated a month late to begin with. I think I must just see it as an opportunity to catch a glimpse of the Imperial family. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, that makes sense. Is that your Arcus ring? What's it doing ringing out here? This is Class 7, Group A, Reem Schwarzer speaking. Hello there, Reem. This is Karl Regnitz. Governor Regnitz? Ugh. Dad? Come to think of it, he did say that we'd be able to use our Arcus communication functionality in the city, didn't he? Or Group A's representative, so I figured it'd be best to call you. Is now a good time? Yes, now is totally fine. We actually just left your home. Marcus invited us in for coffee. Did he now? I had a favorite specialty store roast those beans just the way I like them. Was a top-notch brew, alright? All that's been going on, it was nice to just sit down and enjoy a good cup of coffee. Well, I'm glad you were able to spend some quality time together. Anyway, getting to the point, I'm calling because we have a bit of a problem on our hands. That being the case, I'd like to ask, like Group A to take care of one additional task for me. An extra task? We can do that, sure, but what exactly is it you'd like us to do? There appears to have been a burglary at a jeweler's in the Gardner district. But that's not all. The culprit seems to have left a message addressed to you. What? Our confusion is understandable. However, the jeweler submitted a report of the burglary to City Hall a short while ago. Normally I'd leave this to the proper authorities, but would you be willing to go and see if there's anything you can do? Of course, sir. We'll head over to the Garnier district at once. Alright then, I leave this matter in your hands. What was that about? Whatever it was, you seem perplexed. Well, wait till you hear this. Rian explained the particulars of Governor Regnitz's additional task to the group. So a jewelry boutique was burglarized, and the culprit left a message addressed to us. Weird. Well, thinking about it, this all sounds kind of familiar. Yeah, now that you mention it, I'm getting a strange sense of deja vu as well. Still, it would have been helpful if my father could have furnished a few more details. Well, it's already past noon. Let's head over to the Gardner district and find out what happened. And Rena and the other members of Group A paid a short visit to Heimdall Port to report the monster's extermination. After doing so, they boarded a train to the Garnier district. Ooh, another weapon upgraded. And one additional field study task was added. Burglary at the jeweler's. Seems a burglary has taken place at a jeweler's in the Garnier district called Santa Corey's. He should head over and find out what happened as soon as possible. Right, here we are. Hmm. Well, that definitely was pretty quick. Excuse me, are you in charge of this store? We're here on behalf of the local government to investigate a reported burglary. Yes, that's right. I'm the owner. You must be the students from Thor's Military Academy. Indeed, Class 7, Group A at your service. Oh, thank goodness. He'd have a chance to recover the Crimson Tiara. So, that's the object that was stolen? Yes, exactly. It's embedded with priceless carnelian gemstones, captivating the hearts of all who gaze upon it. It's the centerpiece of our display, under consideration to become a national treasure, and valued at almost 100 million mira. Pretty pricey. Yeah, I'll say. It's being displayed in that big showcase in the center of the room, wasn't it? I'd heard that the store was fitted with the best security system money could buy, so they could display the tiara safely. I'm afraid this is all due to my carelessness. It's no problem with our recently installed security system. The problem was me falling right into Phantom Thief B's trap. Wait, the Phantom Thief B? I've heard all manner of rumors about him, but I still find it hard to believe this was actually his doing. The name sounds kind of familiar. Seems like Elliot and Machias know of him. Yeah, he's a thief with quite a reputation in the capital. He calls himself a liberator of beauty, and he made quite a name for himself with a string of major thefts a number of years ago. He's even gained an enthusiastic fan following for the daring and graceful methods he uses during his thefts. Oh, now I remember where I've heard his name before. He's the thief who managed to steal an orbital tank from the Imperial Army, right? Yeah, that's one of his most famous exploits. I seem to recall hearing that story myself. I wonder how one steals a tank. Be asking clear questions. So, how do you know the tiara was stolen? Phantom Thief B is known for sending the victim a card notifying them of his intended crime before he commits it. That's very Phantom Thief. Did he send a card this time? Yes, that's right. The card also contained this message. Your prized tiara has already been replaced with an imitation. However, that message was a feint. While we did have the utmost faith in our security system, we knew that if anyone could get past it, it would be him. He decided to open the display case to check the tiara, but as it turns out, that's what he was counting on us to do. So that's when he stole the tiara, huh? I'm afraid so. Unbelievable. I assume you weren't able to get a good look at the culprit's face. Indeed. As soon as we opened the display case, the lights all went out. By the time we got them back on, the tiara had vanished. I see. Sounds like he's no ordinary thief. With a piece as valuable as this, you would maybe explain how you've decided we'd be the optimal choice for this request? Ah, of course. Please, take a look at this. To the owner of this fine establishment, know that I have the Crimson Tiara securely in my possession. Should you fulfill my conditions, I promise that it shall be returned to you unharmed. If not, I make no guarantees. First, you must not report this incident to the Railway Military Police. Second, you must deliver the other card here to the members of Thor's Military Academy's Class 7 Group A. Third, the aforementioned Group A must overcome the trial written on said card. Phantom Thief B. It really is addressed to us. I find the thief's apparent reveling in his crime somewhat unpleasant. Yeah, though on the other hand, he seems to be giving us a chance to get the tiara back. True. Do you have this other card that the thief mentioned? Of course. Please, take this. Received Phantom Thief B's card. Salutations, ladies and gentlemen of Thor's Military Academy's Class 7 Group A. Should you wish to recover the treasure you seek, accept and overcome the trials I have placed before you. All of the keys lie within the Vermilion capital. The first key is at the feet of the Conqueror with the heart of a lion. A riddle, is it? Great. Wonder if this Phantom Thief's real name first initial E, last name Enigma. Well, I'm sure the Vermilion capital is just referring to the city itself. As for the feet of a conqueror with the heart of a lion, seems like a treasure hunt, and this card's our first clue. It does seem that way. So, do you think you can help us out? We'd be happy to. Indeed. Taunting us like that, I'm all for wiping that smug satisfaction off his face. Let's be off then. Thank you so much. Please find it. This definitely gonna be a long one. Well, the place we need to go is Drycole's Plaza. But let's start off with the Vancure Street. So I'm pretty sure that with the set of the masses we got should be able to get the rest of weapons. Yep. And gonna solve the older ones. Right. And then quick stop at horrible factory. Get one customized. go with the Laura's. Alright. And with that done, off to Dreikel's Plaza. No marker. But I'm right about this. I'm pretty confident I am. The conqueror with the heart of a lion. It couldn't mean anything other than this statue of Emperor Dreikel's. Agreed. It's hard not to hear a clue like that, and not immediately think of Dreikel's the Lionheart. And this statue is the most famous monument of him here in Heimdall. And chances are good that we're in the right place. Card said to look at his feet. Let's do it then. Here we go. It's the same type of card as the last one, too. I assume we were correct then? Well, we won't know until we check. The second key is in the northeastern seat of the Prismatic Palace. Second key. So basically, we've got another scavenger hunt. So it seems. I can't believe he's making us go through this whole rigmarole. What can we do but play along, though? In the northeastern seat of the Prismatic Palace. Just what could that mean? I doubt it's gonna be all the way up here. I don't think we can even get in there. The Prismatic Palace does you think might be here? It's called the Crystal Garden, after all. Probably going to be over there if I'm right.
There's so many butterflies.
It really gives the place an exotic touch, huh?
Ow, ow, ow. Ah, my hip. Eh? Hello? This must be the Prismatic Palace. Yeah, all signs point to the Crystal Garden. Which leaves only the northeastern seat. I'm presuming it refers to an actual place one can sit. Which would suggest we ought to investigate this bench in the northeast part of the garden. Is that it? 2 for 2. Seems so. What's it say? Let's see. The third key is at the round table where once rested the gauntlets that supported the east of the city. Oh goody, another riddle. Still, what can we do but keep going? Huh. It seems fate has ordained that we should meet again. I recognize that voice. It's you. Who are you again? He's a Baron Blueblock. Yeah, we first met during our field study in Breahard, I believe. Très bien. I am most pleased to see that you have not forgotten me. Though if my eyes do not deceive me, you have two new faces among your throng today, you know? Hi, it's, nice to meet you. I've heard mention of you from my classmates. Has your search for beauty brought you all the way to Heimdall too? You could indeed say that. However, to meet not just in Breahard, but among the picturesque elegance of the Vermilion capital as well. Truly, it seems that we are bound together by a destiny most inseparable. Would you not agree? I'm not sure. He's a bit on the unique side, huh? Yeah, unique. Let's just call it that. I couldn't sense him coming at all, though. Haha, please, the intensity of your stares is positively withering. Or is it that my overwhelming beauty has clutched at your heart so tightly that you cannot help but gaze in wonder? Oh, I'd bet all the mirror I have on me that's absolutely not the case. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's still much I must attend to. I wish you the best of luck with your studies. And there he goes. So what did he come to convey to us? But that guy, who knows? Yeah, strange. Hunting down clues left by a phantom thief goes by the letter B, and we run into old Blueblock, whose name just so happens to start with the letter B. Something tells me that he's the one we're dealing with. Let's head around. Double check that. At the round table where once rested the gauntlets that supported the east of the city. No round tables there. There's a round table here. Haha, 3 for 3. The gauntlets that supported the east of the city. The gauntlet is the symbol of the Bracer Guild, isn't it? It's on their emblem, too. Yeah, the once hand east parts mentioned in the note seem important as well. This building was once a branch of the guild, and while the capital once had 2 such branches, this is the easternmost branch. This must be the round table. Ah, here it is. I can't believe he even trespassed into our lodgings. Indeed. Although from the look of things, He doesn't seem he touched anything else. Still, not a pleasant thought. Yeah, it's kind of creepy knowing he was here. Especially considering we don't know what he's actually after. Anyway, let's see what the next card says. The fourth key is on the bottom of the white burden of the steel bird perched at the water's edge. Steel bird perched at the water's edge. Something tells me it's referring to a pretty common piece of heavy machinery, a crane. Just so happens to have the same name as the actual species of bird. Sure enough, it's another riddle, and a rather challenging one at that. You say challenging. Not that one. Four for four. The steel bird perched at the water's edge. Last clue seems like it might be referring to the crane here in Heimdall port. And that would make its white bird in these containers. I can't see a card attached to any of them though. The clue did say it would be on the bottom. Perhaps we should discuss this with whoever's in charge here and ask him to check the containers for us. That'd be Port Chief Danberto. We met him earlier today, so let's see if he's willing to help us. And Grupe explained their situation to Port Chief Danberto, who agreed to check all of the containers for them. And just as they predicted, a card was found affixed to the bottom of one of the containers. How the devil did that get stuck to the bottom like that? He wouldn't have been able to attach it without lifting the container, and that would have meant using the crane. But when did he do it? None of us ever noticed anything suspicious. Well, he is supposed to be a master of disguise, right? Maybe he disguised himself as one of the workers here. I can only guess as to how he might have done it, but it's definitely not something a normal person could pull off. That aside, what does the card say? Oh yeah, let's see. The final key is also hidden near the water's edge. The crimson crown you seek sleeps within a black ark, nestled in the steel car that marches with the minutes. This one's just as obtuse as the others. Though if it's also hidden near the water's edge, from all indications, I'd say the next one is here in Heimdall Port too. It says final key and a crimson crown too. So at least there's that. Yeah, looks like this is the last one. Alright. Still have to figure that one out. Doubt it'll be there. Yep. Not maybe it is a tram. No? Hello. The steel car. I guess is that the last clue refers to the orbital tram. That seems like the best fit. What about marching with the minutes? The tram schedule, of course. Arriving and departing at preset times. Timed all port is the starting and end point for all the trams in the city. So you could say the tram here is waiting for its appointed time. That makes sense in a weird way. I guess this is the place then. Let's give the drivers permission to have a look inside. Excuse me, you think you could do us a favor? Sure, what do you need? Reed explained the situation to the tram driver and asked permission to search inside the tram. The infamous Phantom Thief B hid something in this tram car? Yes, we believe that to be the case. Wow, really? Well, I get where you're coming from. Go on and look around as much as you want. Thanks for your cooperation. Alright. A black case. It looks like this must be the black arc mentioned on the card. Our Phantom Thief appears to have taken no pains to hide it. Isn't it kind of weird that the driver didn't notice it? Maybe Phantom Thief B left it here not too long ago. I wouldn't be so sure. Anyway, let's have a look inside. Inside the black case rested a tiara embedded with dazzling carnelians. It has such a fiery glow to it. Well, this is definitely the crimson tiara we've been running all over town looking for. So this thing's worth 100 million mira. I'm almost afraid to handle it. Yeah, you've got to be really careful about getting this back to the jewelers safely.
So the tiara really was in there, huh? Now I'm wondering if the last passenger who stepped off the tram was Phantom Thief B himself. I don't remember there being any unusual passengers on board, though.
I see. So you have no idea who Phantom Thief B could have been then?
To have done so much and yet left no trace of his presence. He must truly be a master at covering his tracks.
I'll say, but hey, at least we were able to get the tiara back. I suppose that's good enough.
What's wrong, Reed?
Why are you staring at me like that?
I think it's time we put an end to this little charade. Don't you? Baron Blue Blanc? Or should I call you Phantom Thief B?
Sometimes things be a little tricky to figure out. Sometimes it's quite obvious.
What? This savory taste is why the unripe fruit is the most delectable of all.
Wait, aren't you the Baron we met earlier? But that mask...
That's the mask of Phantom Thief B.
Allow me to introduce myself once again. I am Phantom Thief Blue Blanc, otherwise known simply as Phantom Thief B. Baron Blue Blanc is but one of the many roles I have assumed during my pursuits. Incidentally, might I ask when you first discovered my true identity?
It didn't really take much discovering. went out of your way to show up in the Crystal Garden after all. Now, maybe it's just me, but I find it hard to believe you were seriously trying to hide your identity to begin with. Your disguises, nothing short of perfect, I have to admit. But with all the work you've put into this, I suspected you might come check on us near the end of your little game.
Ha ha! I see. Excellent deductive reasoning. Simply splendid.
But why would you do something like this? Why go to all the trouble?
Ah, does that interest you? Must there be a motive?
Nah. Now that we know your identity, there's nothing more to discuss.
Theft is a crime.
Indeed, a crime we will not allow to go unpunished.
Ah, what spirited youths you are!
What? How did he do that?
Just a little trick I like to keep up my sleeve. Regardless, you have provided me with plenty of sport and more than enough entertainment for one day. I'll be watching your future achievements with keen interest. Ladies and gentlemen, until we meet again, I bid you adieu.
He disappeared again.
That's quite a little trick.
You might still be nearby. Let's search the area.
Reed and the others scoured the area for Phantom Thief B, but try as they might, they found no trace of him. After reporting the details of the incident to City Hall, they trekked back to the jewelers to return the tiara. I can't believe that you were able to recover the tiara safely. How can I ever thank you? I always get the impression we're the reason he stole it in the first place. Maybe we should apologize to you. Oh no, not at all. Phantom Thief B's conquests have always seemed rather capricious. I imagine he just decided to use all of you as a convenient excuse for his latest escapade. Given how fixated on us he seemed, I don't think that's at all likely. Well, better not to say anything. Indeed, the last thing we want is to cause more confusion here. I'm afraid I can't offer you much. But please take these as a token of my thanks. Heaved all element Sepith times 500. This is a lot of Sepith. Are you sure it's alright to give us that much? It almost feels like more than we deserve. Well, this is a jewelry boutique after all. We have more Sepith lying around than we know what to do with. Well, that does make sense. Thank you very much. Think nothing of it. It's the least I could do after all you've done for us. Right, and quest complete. Right, head on out. Whew, that was quite exhausting. Phantom Thief B was an even more unpleasant fellow than I had expected. Annoying to think his smug face was watching us the whole time. Yeah, though his name is pretty well known around here. He was plainly suspicious even when we first met him, but I didn't suspect he'd prove this much of a troublemaker. Something wrong, Reed? I was just thinking, he must be incredibly skilled. He disguised himself so well that he was virtually unrecognizable, not to mention all those other things he did. If this were martial arts you were talking about, he'd definitely be at the master level. I can't disagree. True. But why would someone like that try to mess with us? He specifically asked for Group A too. Though I can't imagine why. Hold on. Is it my father again? This is Class 7, Group A, Green Schwarzer speaking. Oh, hello. Sounds like you've been keeping yourselves busy. I know it's you, Instructor Sarah. Ooh, got it in one. How do you guess? Don't tell me. Wow! Have no idea how Sarah says these things with a straight face. I have many feelings about you, but love would be stretching it. Anyway, you don't usually call us while we're out on a field study. Is something wrong? Actually, there's somewhere I'd like Group 8 to go. And you finished up what do you have to do for your field study? I'd like you to head over to the Sancta district. Okay, let's see. That's where Heimdall Cathedral and the embassies are, right? I think Elisa's Academy is somewhere around there too. Yeah, that's the place. I want all of you assembled outside St. Estrella's girls' school at 5 o'clock. Group B will be there too. What? Don't worry, I've already informed the governor about this, so go ahead and enjoy yourselves. Anyway, have fun. Noodles. Hey, hold on a... What's wrong now? It sounded as though the instructor is being her usual irresponsible self again. Pretty much. I don't know what she's thinking. Rain and explained to the rest of the team that they were to assemble at St. Estrella's girls' school by 5 o'clock. Oh, I know where that is. That Girls' Academy for Nobles. Isn't that the one your sister attends? I have a few acquaintances who attend there myself. But I can't imagine why she'd have us all meet there. Girls' Academy, huh? I'm kind of curious. I'm sure she has her reasons. Weird ones, probably. It's almost evening, so we should finish up here and start heading over. Best way to get to the St. District is by tram, right? Yeah, doesn't matter where we catch the tram from. It'll pass through there. I almost dread to think what we'll have to do when we get there, though. And the St. District has been added to the list of locations selectable from any of the capital's tram stops. Great. Well, since it's right here, I doubt we'll have time to do anything else once we've arrived at the St. District. Should we get going? Great. Give it a moment. Great. Lessons marked as complete. Everyone's equipment is looking good. And 749 strength for Laura. Rain's almost at 700 himself. Elliot's the only one under 600. Alright, let's go. Noticed immediately.
They were wearing the same uniform as Reen's sister.
Yeah, they must go to St. Australia too.
So, the famous St. Estrella Girls' School is around here, huh? It's supposed to be a combined middle and high school exclusively for the young ladies of the nobility.
Yeah, this is one part of the capital that the masses have no reason to visit. Although, I can at least support the school's commitment to fostering chastity and rejecting materialism.
You seem to know an awful lot about a fancy girls' school.
No, I don't. This is all just common knowledge.
Anyway, let's go and wait by the front gate.
Yeah, those were the instructor's orders.
I'm feeling kinda nervous, actually.
Why would you?
To men, this academy must seem clad in the mysterious, impenetrable aura of feminine nobility.
I was wondering. Did you not want to come here, Laura?
My father did recommend it to me, but they offered no classes in the martial arts. That alone was reason enough to look elsewhere.
I can totally understand that.
Though I get the feeling Laura would cause a real uproar if she went to a school for genteel young ladies.
Yeah, I can picture the chaos now.
Oh? I have a number of acquaintances who attend there, and from all I hear, it does seem to be a wonderful school. I've heard that even Princess Alphen herself is a student there.
I've heard that too.
Princess who?
You've seriously never heard of her? I know you're not from Arabonia, but even still.
To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if plenty of Erebonians didn't know who she is.
Princess Alphen is the daughter of our reigning emperor, His Majesty Emperor Ugent. She's supposed to be as sweet as an angel and popular with everyone.
Is that so?
Actually, I believe she's the same age as Fee. I've had the opportunity to meet her once before. She truly is as charming as the rumors suggest.
I figured as much. I've seen photographs of her plenty of times in magazines, though I've never had the opportunity to meet her.
Sounds like she's in the same school year as Elise, come to think of it. She has a twin brother, too, Prince Cedric. He's the crown prince of Erebonia.
Oh, right. I think I've seen a picture of the prince in a magazine before. Dark blonde hair, like Eustace's brother, right?
Oh, I think you're thinking of Prince Oliver. He's Cedric and Alphen's older brother.
Why isn't he the crown prince then?
I've heard the reason is that his mother was a commoner. It seems like a stupid reason to deny him the right of succession, but that's how nobles do things.
I feel like I've been hearing his name a lot lately. He made a big splash when he came back from Liberl aboard that airship. You know the one, right?
Ah, you must be referring to his return aboard the Arcel, after the crisis in Liberl was put to rest.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. It really made a big impact. I'd never seen an airship that looked so white and elegant before.
I believe my father went to welcome the prince back in his capacity as imperial governor, too. And yeah, now that you mention it, that does seem to be when I started hearing his name around a lot more.
Oh, you're all here already.
Ah, you made it.
It's good to see you all again.
You're a bunch of early birds, aren't you?
Well, we just about finished up everything we had to do when we got the call to meet here.
Were you able to finish up everything on your end, too?
As if we'd leave any loose ends. If not for our unfamiliarity with the city, we would have been finished this morning.
Every time.
Looks like getting these two to kiss and make up will be an uphill battle.
Well, some say that when someone gets under your skin, it means you really care about what they think.
Wait, did you two...
I figured the girls would be the first to notice.
Of course. I apologize for any worry I've caused you.
We're fine now.
Really? That's great! It sure is. Maybe after this field study is over, we can get together and spend the night talking in one of our rooms.
Sounds good.
The thought of a Class 7 pajama party makes me a little embarrassed.
That's girls for you.
Girls and sleepovers go together like jam and toast, huh?
That must be Heimdall Cathedral's bell.
It has a solemn, stately sound, wouldn't you say? It sounds so different from how it does in the Ost District. Though that makes sense considering the distance.
That bell ringing must mean it's 5 o'clock, which means it's almost the time we were supposed to meet here.
Rean?
Elise, what are you doing here? Wait, I guess this is your school, so where else would you be?
Yes. I see all of your classmates are with you too.
It's only been a week since we saw you, hasn't it?
Well, we were told to meet here.
Wait a minute. Are you the ones? The 9 guests I was told to expect at 5 o'clock sharp?
Well, there are 9 of us in Class 7. Wait, what?
Then that would mean you're the one we were told wanted us to come here?
Actually, I suspect that would be a friend of mine. Why does she always have to be such a mischief maker? I swear. She could have at least given me a little warning that you were coming.
Elise?
Anyway, where are my manners? Welcome to St. Estrella Girls' School. I hope you'll enjoy your visit. Right this way.
Yeah. So many comments. Oh, I'm too fast to actually read them. Ugh, I can feel their stares boring holes in my head. Pay them no mind. It certainly do seem to be the stars of the show today. And Laura's as popular as ever. I can't say that being admired doesn't feel nice, but please don't be too hard on them. We don't have many opportunities to meet people from outside the school. Think that the boy in the front is a commoner? I'm not sure, but either way, he looks so handsome. How do you think they know Elise? Actually, you're right. This is kind of uncomfortable. Are they all the same age as you, Elise? I don't know, and I don't care.
What's in here?
It looks like an indoor garden.
This is the Academy's Rose Garden. The person who called you here is waiting inside.
Who did call us here anyway?
Whoever they are, they must have considerable social standing.
Your Highness, I brought the guests. Thank you. Please show them in.
Oh,
No way.
Hey, Elise, is that...
You don't need to ask when you already know. Now, if you'll follow me. I knew it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7. My name is Alphen. Alphen Rice Arner. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. Come on, Elise, cheer up. I'm sorry, all right? I was only trying to tease you a little. Don't you have something you wanted to discuss with everyone? Please, go right ahead. Well, that aside, it's been a long time since I last saw both of you, Eustace and Laura. I'm glad to see you're both well.
Likewise, Your Highness.
You've become even more fetching since we last met.
Aw, thank you! I was rather hoping that you'd decide to enroll in Saint Estraya too. But it seems you chose to attend Thor's after all.
Well, I've committed myself to following the way of the sword, and Thor's gives me a place to hone my skills. I apologize for not being able to live up to your expectations.
First I lost Angelica to Thor's, then you too. Perhaps I should just transfer there next year myself. Your Highness. Got you to look. But I...
Well, she seems lively.
She seems far more easygoing than I was expecting.
I've heard plenty about her, but none of that prepared me for meeting her in person.
so this is what it's like to be in the presence of royalty. It's actually rather overwhelming.
I can see why people always compare her to an angel.
Me too.
Please don't worry about me. Well, I still have much to learn before I feel like I deserve my status among the nobility. I've been blessed with wonderful friends, and I'm enjoying life here at the Academy.
Well, she does seem to have at least one wonderful friend. Kind of an understatement when that friend happens to be Princess Elfin.
I'm particularly happy to finally be able to meet you, Reen Schwarzer. Elise has told me so much about you. Your Highness?
I'm honored that you'd say so. Elise always mentions in her letters what a great friend she has. As her brother, I wanted to thank you for that.
Reen? Oh, it's so refreshing. You're every bit the person Elise says you are. Perhaps even more so.
Huh?
Actually, I have a teensy-weensy favor to ask. Do you think I could join Elise in thinking of you as my dear brother as well?
What?
Your Highness! You see, Elise has spoken of you so often that in my heart, you've already come to feel like family. And now that I've had the opportunity to meet you, I fear I simply can't suppress these feelings any longer. I have 2 brothers already, of course, so I'm sure it won't take long to adjust.
I couldn't possibly. I mean,
That's enough, Your Highness. Aw, don't be so stingy. Surely it wouldn't hurt to share him with me a little. Anyway, that aside, the reason I called you here today was not to talk with me. There is someone else who would like to meet you.
Why? It's not like we're famous.
Who do you mean? Hey, isn't that...
A guitar? No, a lute?
Oh, it seems he's arrived. Oh,
I apologize for keeping you waiting.
it's a pleasure to see you again.
And you as well, young lady? Well, I trust everyone here has been making themselves comfortable?
Who's this guy?
I'm not sure, though I feel like I've seen him somewhere before.
I serve as a music instructor in the hallowed halls of this fine academic institution. In truth, I am ever on the hunt for that elusive mayfly we call love. But that might raise eyebrows at a girls' school. But whose pulse would not quicken wandering into this untainted cloister of dew-eyed maidens? Ah, the romance.
Hey now.
Could he be?
Ow! I think that's quite enough. Any more of that and our guests may start edging toward the exit.
Ah, I can always count on you to never miss a beat, my dear sister.
Oh, wait. So this is... Whoa.
Indeed. Tis I, Olivert Rice Arner, also known by some unscrupulous individuals as the Debaucherous Prince. I also serve as Thor's Military Academy's ornamental chairman of the board. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7.
I have to admit, I was surprised to learn that you're the chairman of the board of directors, Your Highness. I'd heard that the chairman was a member of the Imperial family, but still.
I'm not surprised. Who would expect the infamous prodigal son to chair a committee at a prestigious academy like Thor's? I suppose it's not surprising they'd rather keep it hushed up, though. It wouldn't exactly be great for the school's image.
That's surprisingly forthright coming from you.
Is it really true, though? I mean, that you were the one responsible for establishing Class 7, Your Highness?
Indeed, I was. You see, it's always been a tradition that a member of the Imperial family serves as chairman of the board. At first, I wore the title in name only, but I had a change of heart after my vacation in Liberl 2 years ago.
You were in Liberl back then?
That would put your visit during the incident that occurred there, correct?
Right. All I've done since I returned to Erebonia has been inspired by my experience during the crisis in Liberl. As a result, fruitless though they may prove to be, I've set a number of plans in motion. One of which is to bring the winds of change to Thor's Military Academy. A gust of fresh air, if you will.
Winds of change, huh?
I can only assume you're referring to our class?
Then the one who decided to throw both commoners and nobles into the same class was...
Yes, the idea was mine. Although the selected students also had to have a high aptitude with the Arcus units too.
I think I'm finally starting to understand the reasoning behind Class 7, and why we're being sent all over Erebonia on these field studies.
To show us firsthand and give us cause to consider the conflict between the two factions. That is the purpose behind our field studies. Is it not, Your Highness?
That is one of the reasons, yes. However, my foremost intention was to show you that during your lives, you will encounter many obstacles and conflicts. Not just between factions, but between the capital and the provinces, tradition and technology, even between nations. In these turbulent times, I thought that this would provide the hands-on education today's promising youths need. We need up-and-comers who can think and act independently to face tomorrow's challenges head-on.
That makes sense.
Wow, that's quite a plan.
I can't help but feel a little unsure whether we can live up to such high expectations.
Hearing your explanation has, at the very least, cleared up many of the doubts I've had up to this point.
Class 7 does seem like an ideal environment to expand one's outlook on life.
I feel like going through everything we have so far has brought us closer to doing exactly that.
Yep.
Marvelous. I'm so pleased to hear it. Just listening to you makes me feel even more certain that establishing Class 7 was the right decision. Especially since while the idea itself was mine, I have no real say in how the classes run day to day. Even so, I still hope to meet all of you at least once, if only to tell you all this. That was when Alphen stepped in and offered to set up this little meeting.
I see. Well, I could hardly refuse such a sincere request from my brother. But it also presented me a fine chance to finally meet Elise's beloved brother, as I've always wanted to. Your Highness!
Thank you for taking the time to tell us all of this, Your Highness. I feel like now that I know, I want to live up to the promise you saw in Class 7. Thing is, am I right in assuming that Class 7 doesn't exist just to fulfill your progressive ideal?
What do you...
Oh?
The board has its chairman, of course, but 3 directors besides. My older brother Rufus, Imperial Governor Karl Regnitz, and Irina Reinford of the Reinford Group.
Oh, yeah.
Now that you mention it,
They do seem to have certain expectations for us.
Precisely. As I mentioned, I no longer have anything to do with how Class 7 is run. That authority lies with the directors. As you're keenly aware, Rufus and Governor Regnitz sit on opposite sides of the factional divide. And while Chairman Irina is mostly involved with Class 7's technology, like the Arcus, her intentions are a mystery to me. And it's those 3 who decide where you'll travel for your field studies.
Is that right?
When you put it that way, it does make it seem like some kind of bargaining is taking place behind the scenes.
It was one of the conditions they gave in exchange for allowing Class 7 to be established. I'll admit, I hesitated to allow it, but I decided to place my hopes in you. We believed then, as we still do, that one day you all will be a great light that can push back the darkness of this country. Well, I suppose when I put it that way, it sounds positively heroic. But that's just me. Don't feel too pressured by it. Your students, first and foremost. Reach out and grab that fragrant rose of school life. Join a club. Eat cheap food with your friends at midnight. Fall in love. We live but once. Make your youth count.
You know, it's weird, but hearing you say that kind of takes a load off my mind.
By the way, just earlier you said that we believed the Class 7 would be a great light. Is there someone else involved with Thor's who shares your vision for our class, Your Highness?
There is. Principal Van Dyke. I once attended Thor's myself and studied under him. He gave my proposal to establish Class 7 his full backing.
I see.
He's been particularly considerate toward us ever since we arrived at the Academy.
While he has no direct control over the running of the Academy, he does preside over the board meetings. And above all, He's the one who assembled an excellent team to give you first-rate training.
An excellent team, you say?
Are you referring to Instructor Sarah?
Well, she's certainly one of them. Still, coaxing her away from her former line of work certainly played a large part in giving Class 7 a great foundation. She is, after all, one of the strongest people in the Empire, and her experience makes her a natural field leader.
Wait, what?
Instructor Sarah? One of the strongest people in Erebonia?
Exactly what experience might you be referring to?
I've even heard rumors of her daring exploits myself.
She was known as the Purple Lightning. Doesn't that sound exciting?
Wait. Purple Lightning?
I knew it!
If you two have heard of it, it must be a household name among martial artists.
That's right, though I've just heard it in passing.
Ah, that young ace of the Erebonian Bracer Guild, and one of the Empire's most famous bracers. She has a history full of brave feats and dangerous deeds. She was even the youngest bracer to achieve A-rank status. Back then, she was known as the Purple Lightning. Now, you know her simply as your homeroom teacher.
Well, isn't that convenient? Alright, let's continue on. Thanks for seeing us out. I never would have guessed you were friends with Princess Alphen, of all people. I wish I knew how much of what she said was genuine. Hey, Elise? Thank you for taking the time to come here today. Take care on our way back to your lodgings. You will. Thank you. Thanks for showing us around. Good night. Good night, everyone. Wait. Don't worry. I can kind of understand where she's coming from. I doubt anyone could have guessed that Her Highness would extend such a bold invitation to you. I'm not sure how that's my fault. Ah, yes, I'm almost forgot. I mean, I have a small favor I'd like to ask of you. Of me? Your Highness? Oh, you're going to ask him? But of course. You see, tomorrow I'll be attending a garden party sponsored by the local government for the start of the festival. Or rather, Lacchius's father invited me to attend. Yes, I seem to recall hearing that myself. That's the one at the Crystal Garden in Mater Park, right? Indeed. Anyway, let's not waltz around the matter. I was rather hoping that you would join me as my dance partner, Reen. Huh? Does that mean... Do you think Her Highness knows that old saying, a dance today, a wedding tomorrow? I'm sure that's fully in the realm of tabloid speculation. Still, there's no denying that many will interpret it that way. Whoa. Hold on a minute. I don't think I can. I mean, it would be an honor, but it's, like, too great of an honor for someone like me. No, not at all. Our father may be a baron, but the Schwarzers have long had deep ties with the imperial family. I apologize if this comes off as rude, but inviting you would likely create less opposition than if I were to invite Eustace. I see. Well, I can't deny that. You needn't apologize. I find your choice rather fascinating, actually. Eustace, you're not helping. Anyway, I really don't think I'm the man you want. Sometimes I can barely keep from tripping over my own feet. Is that so? Police told me that she once asked you to practice the finer points of ballroom dancing. In fact, she says you're an excellent dancer, that you step lightly and very gracefully. Is that not true, Reen? Well, I understand. It was rude of me to trouble you with a petition like this on such a short notice. And besides, I don't suppose you would have much interest in dancing with a little girl like me. No, that's not what I mean, Your Highness. That's my sister, all right. She really knows how to twist the knife. Your Highness, please. You too, Prince Oliver. Looks like they're having fun. I had no idea the Imperial family was such a lively and cheerful bunch. I get the feeling they aren't all like this. Ah, I see now. How could it not have crossed my mind? Perhaps the truth is that you already have your heart set on someone else? Or is there someone you're already courting? Well, do you? I'm positively dying to know which maiden has conquered the battlefield of your heart. Wait, yikes, how am I going to get out of this one? I'm not sure how to turn her down gently. Very well, I shall relent this time. Huh? However, next year I'll be 16, just like your sister. That's when I'll be making my debut into high society, so I'd be very happy if you'd give my invitation some thought. Well, aren't you the lucky one? Her Highness really seems to have taken a liking to you. You really ought to have accepted her invitation. It might have led to something truly unexpected in the future. I doubt it. It seemed like she just took an interest in me because I'm her friend's brother. She didn't seem all that serious about it, so I figured she was just trying to tease the two of us. Can't deny it seemed that way. But I got the impression that wasn't all that was going on there. You weren't the only one feeling nervous that whole time. Prince Olivert was an even more unusual person than I'd heard. No doubt about that. He seemed entertaining to be around. To think that he's the one who made Class 7 possible. He seemed easygoing, but hearing him talk about our class made what we're doing feel even more important. And besides, he gave us plenty of other useful info. Yeah, including the fact that the board of directors seems to have their own agenda for us. I have no idea what they're planning, but their motives seem incredibly suspicious. Agreed. Hearing about the instructor's background kind of threw me for a loop too. I wouldn't have imagined she used to be a bracer. Maybe because you don't really see them around anymore to begin with. A rank is more or less the highest you can be, too. I assume you already knew about her history, Fee. Yep. Guild is every Jaeger Corps' main competition, after all. Probably even ran into her a few times during our operations. Really? Unbelievable. I'd almost forgotten about those good old days. And there she is. Instructor? How long have you been there? So, looks like you finally found out about my work history, huh? I guess that kind of tarnishes my ravishing adult charm a bit then. I hate to break it to you, but you didn't have any to begin with. Shh. Did you hear an old maid sighing? What was that? Good evening, everyone. Captain Claire? This is quite the unusual combination. Let me be the first to assure you that this wasn't my idea. But the governor's asked me to tell you that tomorrow's field study is being put on hold. Instead, you get the exciting opportunity to help this lady and her goons with their evil schemes. Huh? What evil schemes? Sarah, could you maybe not try to put them off entirely before I've even had a chance to explain? Actually, there is a matter I'd like all of you to help us with. I've discussed this with the governor, and he decided this would be the best way to handle the issue. Now, if you'd be so kind as to get on board, I'll explain everything to you at the command post in Heimdall Central Station. Phew. Things are getting pretty serious. In fact, I'm getting the feeling that you're close to little prequel portion. Terrorists. Indeed, I'm afraid we have no choice but to define them as such. Unfortunately, we have no clue as to their aim, nor do we know the names of the group's members, its size, or its history. At present, it doesn't even seem that the terrorist group has established a name for itself. That's a lot of unknowns. Would I be correct in assuming the man we met in the Nord Highlands who was trying to start a war as a member? Huh. So, he's one of them, hmm? He said his name was Gideon, or Gia, or something like that. So that's what the man you encountered in the Highlands was up to. He does sound like the terrorist type. And you think he and his group are going to try something tomorrow on the first day of the summer festival? We're currently operating under that assumption, yes. The summer festival lasts 3 days, but unlike festivals in other provinces, only the first day garners such attention. It's been a month since the incident in Nord. If they intend to make their move soon, tomorrow is a likely time. I'd have to agree. Terrorists do love their time in the spotlight, after all. And considering how easily Gideon gave you his name, I'm betting we'll start to see them acting more openly soon. First, you gather arms and other like-minded allies in secret. Then you reveal yourself with a bang and keep going in quick succession. That's the typical terrorist MO. I see. And you want us to assist with the countermeasures against them. Right. The RMP will be joining forces with the Heimdall military police to bolster the capital's security. Unfortunately, as big as the capital is, I can't say with complete confidence that there'll be no holes in our security. That's where you come in. We'll be assisting our security measures as a reserve force. It'd sure be nice if the guild was still active here. They would have come in mighty handy right about now. Yes, I don't disagree. Sarah, you do know that the RMP had no involvement in the guild's withdrawal from the capital, right? Oh, really? I mean, your boss and that brother of yours could hardly make their opposition to the guild more obvious if they tried. Well, wow, those two really seem to have a messy history between them. It sure looks that way, especially where the guild is concerned. Although it sounds like your brother has been keeping busy in Crossbell recently. So, what's it gonna be? Whether you choose this as your field study task for tomorrow is totally up to you. If you decline, there are plenty of tasks the governor needs taken care of, like you've been doing it the last 2 days. The summer festival is a busy time after all. Lots of little details that need to be squared away. I think I speak for Group A when I say we'd be glad to join in with the anti-terrorist countermeasures. Group B feels the same. Alright then. Thank you for your assistance, everyone. Now, let's move right along to confirming the patrol routes that you'll be following. An hour before midnight. Wow, this place sure brings back memories. Up until about a year and a half ago, I'd swing by here at least once a week. Really? I wouldn't be surprised if I'd seen you around before then. Well, I did end up getting to know your sister. Fiona, right? Works as a piano teacher? Seriously? Wait, she did say she knew someone who worked at the guild. I guess she was talking about the instructor? Still, instructor. What is it that caused the guild to withdraw from the capital? I've been wondering that for a while now myself. The guild used to be pretty active here in Erebonia, right? Well, yeah. The direct cause was guild branches all over the country being blown up, but I'm sure you already knew that. The culprits were a Jaeger Corps hired by a nasty bunch the guild was at odds with at the time. Well, still is. But anyway, thanks to a dependable ally, we were able to defeat the Jaegers. But by then, the Imperial government had its eye on us. They started making life difficult for us. Took away most of the guild's authority in the country, leaving our hands tied. Eventually, the branches here started closing, one by one, with no real prospect of ever reopening. So that's how it was. Instructor. Don't worry. Our dad might be the city's governor, but he wasn't really involved. A certain friend of his, however, was very involved. So you're talking about Chancellor Gileath Osborne, representative of the Imperial government, I assume? Yep, him and his cronies in the Imperial Intelligence Division. It's kind of like a sister organization to the Railway Military Police. Anyway, after that, I was out of a job. That's when the principal came and offered me a position at the academy. I started as a combat instructor last spring, and after that, I wound up being chosen as your class's homeroom teacher. I still help out the guild from time to time, though. That's how I ended up bringing in our Jaeger princess here. Knock it off. So that's what happened. You mentioned that a Jaeger Corps was responsible for the attacks. What was its name? Oh, it wasn't the same group he used to run with. They were called a Jester, not a particularly high-ranking outfit. I see. Worried about me? Well, I did suspect that it was likely a different corps. From the sound of it, the Jaeger Corps V belonged to was a pretty large one, though. Oh, definitely. She was with Zephyr. Their leader was this insidious guy known as the Jaeger King. You name a combat specialty, Zephyr had it covered. They were the only corps on par with the Red Constellation, which has its roots in the Berserkers of the Middle Ages. They caused me plenty of trouble back when I was still a full-time bracer. Look who's talking. You caused us plenty of trouble yourself. It's hard to believe this all happened to people we actually know. Yeah, it sounds more like a story out of some novel. Anyway, the terrorists you've been hearing about lately aren't part of any Jaeger Corps. I figured that was the case. Generally, Jaegers are interested in just two things: money and fighting. That Gideon guy you encountered in the Nord Highlands doesn't seem to fit that description, though. If I had to guess, I'd say he's acting on some kind of deep-seated grudge. A grudge, huh? Well, it's hard to say anything for sure. I never met him myself. From what I understand, he did seem particularly tenacious. He was definitely that. Which means that we're really going to have to step it up for our patrol tomorrow. Our involvement is just a precautionary step. But if you're going to help, give it your best, I say. Seems like your teamwork is smoother than ever too, so all the better. Anyway, it's late, so get your report written and get some sleep. I'm gonna crash in one of the empty rooms upstairs. Huh. The instructor never changes, does she? You sure? She seemed more talkative than usual. Feels like she was pushing herself. Now that you mention it, She did seem far more forthcoming with information than usual. Maybe she's feeling a bit weird being back in her old workplace. You might be right. Still, I guess we're not really in any position to be worrying about her. We'll just have to do our best to coordinate with the Group B tomorrow to make sure everything goes smoothly. Agreed. Alright, the sooner we get that report written, the sooner we can get some sleep.
Keep up the good work.
4 AP shy of it next drink. That doesn't seem suspicious.
The time is finally at hand.
If I'm right, that's Gideon.
At last, the hammer of judgment shall rouse this indolent capital from its slumber.
Yeah!
Comrade G, all of the necessary preparations are complete.
Yep, it's Gideon.
But it feels like you have so few men accompanying you.
Wouldn't it be wise to call in a few others for backup?
There's nothing to fear. As long as I have this flute, not even the railway military police stand a chance of stopping us. Tomorrow, the people of this land will at last know our name. My dear comrades, I shall be counting on you all.
Yeah!
That is very much not good. Day of the summer festival. Alright, I'm going to go check on Group B before heading over to the Railway Military Police's command post. Just give me a call on Hierarchus if you find anything during your patrols. Okay. Will do, Instructor. Leave it to us. Still, I was expecting Captain Claire to be our point of contact. Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to agree to cooperate with the Railway Military Police. I'm not exactly delighted about working with them, but things are looking pretty serious. I'll be helping them this once and acting as your point of contact, but I won't let them forget for a minute that they owe me. Anyway, I'll see you all later. Tell Fiona thanks for the breakfast. Sure thing. Alright, we should get moving too. We've got our designated areas, so we'll be patrolling them all one by one, keeping an eye out for anything suspicious. Instructor Sarah said she'd contact us around at noon too. Let's be off then. Yeah. I'm guessing the city's gonna be packed with people since it's the first day of the summer festival. That's all the more reason we need to stay especially vigilant. Let's see. Doesn't show anything. Hey, there's spot. What's wrong, Milton? Oh, hi, Elliot. There's a pretty interesting rumor floating around at the moment about someone just vanishing all of a sudden. Did you say vanishing? Do you know any more details? Oh, caught your interest, I see. I don't know. This is some good stuff. It might even be too juicy to share. Speak up, or we'll force it out of you. Right, okay, I get it. Hey, you two are scary. So yeah, like I said, someone from one of the apartments around here just straight up vanished. The caretaker came by to check on them this morning and found the room as empty as if no one had ever lived there. The only thing left in there was the key to the room. That's quite the curious situation. Yeah, especially since they disappeared without telling anyone. I've never even heard of anyone leaving town during the summer festival either. Maybe they had a reason that they had to move out so quickly. Do you think this might be related to the terrorists in some way? Sounds like kind of a stretch. Whoa there, you guys seem like you've got some good material. Is this about terrorists? Go on, fill me in. Don't worry, it's nothing important. There does seem to be some substance behind this rumor, though. Agreed. I think we do well to keep this story in mind. That's all there is to investigate on Auto Street. We should move on to another part of the city. Right. Next up, set to Baker Street. 2 points here. One at Plaza Bifrost. Right. In we go. That's gonna be upstairs. Oh, hello there, Crow.
Woohoo! I'm on a roll! I can almost taste that grand prize.
Crow?
Ah, hey guys! How's that field study coming along?
Oh, it's going fine. But why are you here?
Oh, you don't know? Classes don't run back at the academy during the summer festival. So I came here to squeeze as much fun as possible out of this fortuitous bit of free time.
Meaning?
The summer races, of course.
Wait, you came all the way here to bet money on horse racing? We're minors! We're not allowed to place bets?
Do I look like a lawbreaker to you? There's a magazine that's running a prize contest for the summer races. You send in your predictions, and if you're spot on, you win a really fancy prize.
So you came all the way to the capital just to check on that?
If only we all had such boundless energy.
All right, time for some serious praying to the goddess. I'll leave the money here, okay?
Thank you very much. Come back anytime.
Anyway, I'm heading over to the cathedral over in the Sankt district.
So Sankt, not Saint. Okay, good to know.
Peace.
Thanks.
Come on, goddess, let me win that prize.
That seems a rather pedestrian thing to pray for.
So irresponsible.
That's Crow for you. Looks like there's still places here we haven't explored. Let's go look somewhere else.
Well, that was interesting. What's wrong? Did you notice something? I thought I sensed someone suspicious. Do you think it was one of the terrorists? Can typically depend on a few's instincts at times like these. Might have been my imagination. Lots of people excited for the festival here. Could have been one of them. Either way, that's something we should note in our report. Like Laura said, our instincts tend to be accurate. Yeah, agreed. That's all there is to investigate on Vanguard Street. Time to move on to the other areas of the city. Yeah. One guy we saw. Probably a good idea to keep an eye out. Go ahead and stop in at hotel. Oh my! Aren't you the military academy students from the other day? So, we meet again. Did you come all the way here just to see me? But, it's a Clotilde. It's a Clotilde. I didn't think we'd get another chance to meet you. Hello again. Actually, we're here as a part of our field study again. We're doing a patrol of the city. Ah, isn't that a shame? But I'm glad to see you're all working so hard. I see the two of you were able to make peace too. I'm surprised. How could you notice such a small change when you only met us 2 days ago? Oh, was I right? I just had a feeling that might be the case. Call it a woman's intuition. Anyway, have you noticed any significant changes here since we last talked? Well, thanks to you all taking care of that beast, I've been able to truly relax during my stay. I've slept wonderfully these past couple nights. But now that you mention it, I did notice a suspicious-looking group of people near the hotel last night. You did? There were 2 of them talking in a back alley near here, hats pulled tightly over their heads. They noticed me trying to sneak a peek. They panicked and vanished into the night. I did overhear them talking about a plan of some kind, though. A plan? That does sound rather suspicious. Although we don't know enough to say it for certain. Yeah, it does sound like something we should keep in mind. Thank you for your help. I'm happy to have been of service. Still, I'd love to stay here and talk for a while. But I'm afraid my schedule is a little booked up at the moment. Are you busy doing something for the festival? Yes. I was invited by a member of the Imperial family to sing at a banquet being held at the palace tonight. I was actually on my way to rehearse for it. I see. I wish I could go and watch, but I doubt there's any chance of that. Obviously. Well, good luck. We wish you all the best. The same to you. Anyway, goodbye for now. That's a pro for you. Even when you wish her luck, you're the one who ends up feeling encouraged. Indeed, she never ceases to surprise. That's all there is to investigate in the Garnier district. Time to move on to one of the other areas. Although, first of all... no back alley here. Right, I guess time for your home. Just over at the underground waterway. If I knew there was something suspicious about this store, first time we saw it. And here's the entrance to the underground waterway. What would something like this be doing in a residential area? Especially with all the monsters in it. That's just time, doll. They find entrances to underground areas from time to time, but it's not much cause for concern. Everyone's smart enough to know that they shouldn't go near them. That puts me at ease. Nonetheless, everything seems to be in order here. Huh? What's wrong, V? Did you notice something? Nothing. Chances are nobody's in there right now. Nice to know. Problem is, the footprints that we left when we came out of here yesterday are gone. And what does that mean? It's likely that someone went in there yesterday after we all came out. Then they erased any evidence that would suggest they had, erasing our footprints in the process. Sound about right? Are you certain you're not overanalyzing this? Not completely. It doesn't hurt to keep in the back of our minds, at the very least. That's all there is to investigate in the Ost District. Time to move on to one of the other areas of the city. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Right, Dryco's Plaza.
Sure are more people out than there were yesterday.
They must have all come to see the Imperial family's parade.
The palace sure looks festive today. The Imperial family's parade starts here, doesn't it? It's pretty nuts. Yeah, they've even got special security arrangements for the event. I've heard that the limousines they'll be using have high-quality shielding to stop bullets and explosives, too. I guess you can't be too careful with the members of the Imperial family. I've heard much about the skill of those in the Imperial Guard, too. Seeing them in person, it appears that those stories were all true. They should be able to handle any crisis that may unfold here. Yeah, I think we can rest easy. That's all there is to investigate in Dryco's Plaza. There's more to see though, so let's keep moving. Right. Off to Manor Park. Yeah. So that's a lot closer than last time. This area appears to be appropriately well guarded. The soldiers patrolling the park appear to be from the Heimdall military police. It looks like the Imperial Guard from Balflame Palace is in charge of the security for the Crystal Garden itself, though. I imagine security is going to be airtight, considering the garden party it's going to be held there. Yeah, especially with the Princess Alpha in attendance. This level of security is probably standard when it comes to members of the Imperial family. I thought I smelled something familiar. Hey, isn't that... Oh, Patrick, you're here too. But of course, I did receive a personal invitation to the garden party after all. I see you're all tied up with your field studies or whatever you call them, even on such a fine day. You poor souls. You really does get under my skin. I've gotten used to it already. Are you alone today? I was under the impression that your butler, Celestin, always attends you, but I don't see him today. It's true, he's often at my side, but I spent plenty of time on my own as well. Don't take me for one of those useless nobles who can hardly lace up his boots without his butler's help. I always got the impression his butler was there more to keep an eye on him. Did you say something? Me? Of course not. Well, I wouldn't want to get in your way. I'm sure that you have you running all kinds of menial errands. Meanwhile, I intend to introduce myself to Princess Alphen. Try not to be too jealous now. Now, if you'll excuse me. Yeah, she's not gonna like him. I can't say I'm all that jealous, considering all that time we spent talking with her yesterday. She even invited Reen to be her dance partner. You know, after seeing that, I can't even bring myself to be irritated by him anymore. Well, the security in this area seems perfect, so it should be relatively safe from terrorists. Yeah, I think it's time to move on to another area. Are you sure it's perfect? Is something bothering you? I feel like we're forgetting something. Now that you mention it. Oh well, maybe it'll come back to us later. Something about that feels kinda off. Probably just me. Yep. Nothing we can do about it, so... off to the port. Right. Talk to these two. What in idiosis name are we supposed to do now? Or telling me, young folks these days can't count on any of them. Is there some kind of problem here? Oh, you're those students from yesterday. As a matter of fact, we do have a bit of a problem on our hands right now. What kind of problem? Well, it's nothing you need to worry about. Last night, a bunch of our younger workers up and quit, just like that. Most of them hadn't been here more than half a year. They just started really getting used to the work too. Now, thanks to that, our schedule's been thrown all out of whack. That is a significant problem. Is there anything we might be able to lend a hand with? Nah, this one's all on us. We should be able to fix our own problems after all. If they were gonna quit, they could have at least stuck around long enough to train their replacements. I'll bet they all got caught up in the festival hoopla and decided to cut out of work altogether. Is it too much to ask for a few hands who appreciate a good day's work? Something about this sounds kind of fishy. I get that people would be all excited about the summer festival, but enough to quit their jobs? That timing does seem suspicious. Yeah, let's keep this in the back of our minds for now. Anyway, we've patrolled each of the areas assigned to us at least once. It's almost noon now, so we might as well wait for Instructor Sarah to contact us. Right. Let's head back to Auto Street. This is Class 7, Group A, Range Schwarzer speaking. Hey, it's Sarah. Give me an update. Understood. Huh, she sounds way more serious than usual. Rain reported the results of the morning's patrol. I see. Something sounds off, alright. Though, judging by Fee's reactions, it doesn't sound like the terrorists are wandering the streets. We haven't seen anything that would lead us to believe so. I think there's something happening behind the scenes, though. Just can't be sure what it is. Keep sharpening that instinct of yours. It'll prove invaluable to you. It's almost time for the Imperial family's limousines to head out from Balfour-Aim Palace to their respective events. Crown Prince Cedric will be going to Heimdall Cathedral in the northwest. Princess Halfin is headed to Mater Park in the northeast, and Prince Olivert will be going to Heimdall Racetrack in the southwest. Prince Olivert's got an extremely capable bodyguard with him though, so I'm not as worried about him. I've tasked Group B with looking after the Crown Prince, so I'd like you to keep an eye on Princess Alphin. Just make sure she gets to the garden party safely. After that, you can resume your patrol. Understood. We'll head to Mater Park at once. Was that the instructor? New marching orders, huh? You guessed it. The limousine carrying Princess Alphin is about to leave Balfour-Aim Palace. Our mission is to make sure she gets to the garden party safely. Right. We should get to Mater Park as soon as possible then. We can follow the main street. Alright, as soon as we're ready, let's head for Mater Park. After taking a tram to Mater Park from the tram stop, the main story will advance. Right. Yeah, with the current time. Yeah. Definitely need to go ahead and call it a night here. So, Thursday, going to head over to Mater Park and find out exactly what's going on. And for anyone who hasn't seen it earlier, don't expect to stream on Friday. I'll should have a better update on Thursday. See you guys then. Later.